Okay, welcome back to MGD 111, Photoshop 1. We're going to take a look at some retouching here now. Let's zoom out on this picture a little bit here. It's a very lovely picture on a nice day of this car, but this pavement really looks pretty cruddy here. If there were a way that we could neatly clean that up, that would be wonderful. Well, we have several tools at our disposal for that, but the best one is the rubber stamp tool, as it used to be called, but now it's called the clone stamp tool. Let me show you a different way to use that particular tool first, though. Let's zoom in on the nameplate on this car here. Let's say I wanted to make a copy of this nameplate over in this area over here. Now, I could cut and paste it, and it would create another layer, and I'd have to go in and kind of clean up around the edges to make it blend in, or I'd have to really tightly outline it. But with the clone stamp, I can create something on the same layer. Now, here's how it works. And this is a little hard to get at first. I'm going to pick a smaller brush size here, 47 pixels. That sounds pretty good. First, we have to select. We have to select 2 points. The first one is what are we copying from, and then we have to select where we're copying to. So I want to copy this emblem here. So I'm just going to go to the middle of this emblem. I'm going to hold my Option key down. You see, I get this little target, and I'm going to click there. Now, it didn't seem to do anything, but what it did is it marked that point. Now, when I let go of the Option key, as I move my cursor, you'll notice the center of that image is showing up where my new brush is. So what's that going to do? Well, when I start brushing, and again, you're done with the Option key for now. When I start brushing, you'll see it's copying wherever my other point is. Now, let's zoom in on this a little bit more so you can see this in a little more detail. Watch what happens here again. I'm going to undo that. I'm going to pick my Option point again, right here in the middle of the words. I'm going to go over to here. And when I start brushing, watch in the middle of those original words. Do you see there's a little plus sign floating around in there? That's marking the area that's being copied. And then it's showing me where it's copying to. I wish it showed up a little bit brighter, but you can see that that's the area that's being copied. So these 2 points move together. And that's a very important concept to remember, because if I go a little bit too far over, you'll notice it wants to now copy part of this tail light on here. So we have to be very careful not to copy parts of the picture that we don't want. Another thing we have to be aware of too is anything that I do while I'm holding this mouse button down and drawing in one fell swoop is a single move. So you can see to the left of the Super Sport here, I sort of picked up a little bit of tail light, kind of messed that up a bit. Too bad. I can't undo part of that. All I can do is undo the whole thing and try it again. So Option. So we want to make sure I don't get too close to the tail light with my other marker here. Get it in here, and voila. So now that is one single step. If I wanted to move to another spot and copy something, I could do that too. Another thing we also have at our disposal here is we can resample from a different point. Like right now, see this the handle here. You'll notice if I hover over in this area, it wants to copy the handle over here. Let's say I wanted to copy one to this side. Well, same thing here. If I just hold down my Option key, click here, and I'll move to this side, I have the ability to copy that particular thing in a different direction or in a different proximity. So we can move it up or down or closer or narrower. I'll give you some additional tips on do's and don'ts on this for additional steps, but you can see how effectively that copies things. By the way, this is great if you want to add a third eyeball to someone's forehead. So just remember that one. So let's undo those steps, and I'm going to show you some additional uses for this tool that are even more practical.